conferenza di Le Mans 66 o 66 o 66. Diamo il benvenuto al regista James Mangold. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Glad to be here. Beautiful day.
Beautiful day. Allora, se avete bisogno della traduzione, c'è ovviamente avete in cuffia Bruna che vi aiuta. E possiamo iniziare subito. Benissimo. Allora, Miss Mangold, we don't see you so often around here. So I would like to thank you first of all for Logan. Thank you very much. Grazie per Walk the Line.
Thank you.
Copland. Mi fermo qui, I'll stop here, but we could go on.
That's very kind.
Faccio la prima introduzione, cioè non introduco, faccio una domanda generica, poi lascio a voi approfondire. Quindi vorrei chiedere a Mr. Mangold se le esperienze, perché si tratta di questo alla fine, lui è uno storyteller, from great storytellers come great responsibilities, I guess.
I think so. I mean, I think, I don't know if I'm a great storyteller, but I do feel a responsibility. I think that, I mean, the simple way to put it is I think too many of our movies, too much of our movies are putting us to sleep as opposed to waking us up. And I think that's, I don't mean boring. I don't mean they're boring. I mean they actually are just meant to keep us busy or occupied. And instead of making us think about life. And I don't want to, I love making films, but I think if I ever felt I was, you know, participating in the matrix, in a sense, helping put everyone to sleep, making anesthesia, I give up.
Diamo il benvenuto a Remo Girone.
Good to see you. Have a seat. You just got it. Yeah.
Mr. Girone, benvenuto.
Grazie. Grazie.
Le faccio subito una domanda. Che indicazioni ha ricevuto sul set dal signor Mangold che interpretare Enzo Ferrari e se ha capito qualcosa di più di quest'uomo?
È un grande direttore di attori, James Mangold. E io credo che mi ha insegnato delle cose. Ha un occhio molto attento e si accorge subito se l'attore dà l'impressione di recitare e se lavora a favore della macchina da presa solamente, non è nel personaggio. Quindi mi ha insegnato delle cose facendo questo lavoro. Essere giustissimo, sempre.
Really?
Ragazzi, forza. Marco, qui in prima fila abbiamo un microfono, ti do il mio. Allora.
Devi dare una cuffia a Mangold, perché direttamente io non posso produrre per lui.
Buongiorno, sono Marco Scagnoli. Le volevo chiedere, questo film è la metafora del filmmaking moderno? Abbiamo corporation da un lato, gli artisti dall'altro, potrebbe essere anche come diciamo, Hollywood, ma anche diciamo, il mondo in generale, da un lato il denaro, dall'altro il talento e l'arte?
No, è vero.
I will translate myself.
Grazie.
Do you think this is a metaphor of a modern corporate culture? On one side we have businessmen, on the other side we have,
I understood.
and also a metaphor for Hollywood nowadays, for people.
For everyone, I mean, for all our struggles in this world, I think I certainly saw myself in Shelby and Miles and their efforts to make cars. It's not dissimilar than the effort to make a film. It's an expensive endeavor. You need money, you need sponsors, you need to convince other people of the reality of your dream. So yes is the answer. It's a yes or no question you asked me, so yes. But it's true. I mean, I think that I cannot, I have to swallow the microphone if I get it. The effort to make things in this world is an effort to evangelize, to convince, you know, and in some ways I think our film is romantic, you know. It's only gotten worse. It's harder now. I mean that then there was still a kind of innocence. Now, first of all, sports themselves are so corporate. This was in the mid-'60s. It was still a kind of moment where companies were only beginning to realize the promotional value of sport. Now, it's 3, 4, 5 times worse. And movies also are a struggle, of course, between art and commerce. But that's partly why we love them. I mean, we could paint. I wouldn't need as many sponsors if I painted. So it's a choice to enter that arena.
Abbiamo domande in prima fila?
Buongiorno, Mr. Mangold. I would like to ask you how was to work with those two great superstars like Damon and Christian Bale. I would like that you tell me if you could tell me something about their story on the set during the period on the set. E la seconda domanda è per Remo. In questo film praticamente Enzo Ferrari ha visto un po' come l'uomo da battere. Com'è stato insomma interpretare questo personaggio che nella storia del nostro paese ha fatto veramente delle cose straordinarie?
Well, as Remo knows, both those guys are very easy. They are not no bullshit. They love to act. You know, they love their jobs, and they don't see their jobs as being movie stars. They see their jobs as being actors, and in that way, and I don't have much patience for any other way. Especially there are many great actors on this movie, and I am. Whether I am younger or older, I am a father to them all. So I cannot spend all my time on two. You know, so in a way it has to be a team. And that's how they are. They're very generous actors. They love their work. They love their fellow actors. They love the ensemble. I've known them both for over 20 years. Christian, of course, I made another movie with. Matt, I've also known since 1997. So, I felt like I was making a movie with friends, honestly. Yeah.
Hi. Sorry.
Un attimo.
Non mi ricordo più la domanda.
Volevo sapere com'è stato interpretare Enzo Ferrari, visto che è un personaggio che nella storia italiana ha avuto un'importanza.
È stato bello perché essendo un personaggio così importante nella storia italiana, ma un personaggio conosciuto universalmente sul set, tutte le macchine sono macchine a grandezza naturale, costruite, erano tutte portate da piloti veri e io non mi conoscevano come attore, ma quando hanno visto che io ero quello che faceva Ferrari hanno tutti voluto fare una fotografia con me.
Prego.
Hi, I'm Francesca from fuorimarcia.eu. I'd like to ask the director how was to search in books, biography, letters, and so on to make the movie. Thank you.
Well, that is a monumental effort, making a film like this. We have a whole team of people doing research because, of course, there's so much information. Not only what you mentioned, books and letters, but documentaries, footage, because what these men did was public. Whether it's at Ford or at Ferrari or on the track, there are so many recordings, interesting recordings of all these events, photographs, movies, home movies, corporate movies. We looked at all of it. Perhaps one of the most interesting things was, as always for me, the more intimate is the most interesting. There's a scene that's a favorite of mine between Christian Bale and Peter Miles, his son, played by Noah Jupe, on the tarmac of the airport at sunset. Ken Miles describes kind of his point of view, his philosophy of racing to his son. And the dialogue itself, Christian found this little radio interview with Ken Miles, and the dialogue itself is from the mouth of Ken Miles. I actually just took it, put it in the script, and it's actually how he talked about his own view of racing and the kind of marriage that he felt the driver had to have with the machine, which meant both understanding what his machine could do and understanding what the machine cannot do, and living within those limits, if that makes sense.
Posso rispondere? Io anche ho guardato molto, oggi per un attore che risponde alla sua domanda precedente, oggi per un attore è anche un pochino più facile, nel senso che con internet si possono vedere tutte le cose. Io ho visto le interviste di Enzo Ferrari a Ferrari e tante cose di Ferrari che parla di lui, i suoi collaboratori che parlano di lui, e quindi insomma, per documentarsi come attore oggi è più facile.
Abbiamo una domanda in sesta fila.
Hello, I'm Alessandro Rai. I'm here for the Italian edition of GQ. First of all, I'm a petrolhead, so thanks for this movie that in my opinion is maybe the best movie about motorsport and cars ever made.
Oh, thank you.
I say it sincerely. And I have just a question, is quite technical, because those cars that you have used in this movie are very particular, very rare, and have a big value. So the Ferrari 330 P3. I would like just to ask, how did you rebuild this kind of car, because I suppose it's not an original one.
How did I don't, the last part I didn't understand. How did I rebuild?
How did you rebuild the Ferrari 330 P3? Because I suppose it's not one of the original cars, because they made only like 6.
Oh, you mean what did we drive?
Yeah,
what did we have? They were reproductions. I mean, everyone asks this question, but always, I mean, I think they want to hear me answer it. But if you think about it, of course, if there is a 1966 Ferrari that was on the track in that period, it would be worth $30 million, which would be a third of our budget. So I could not buy one of those cars, and nor would anyone sell me one so I could race it on a track and smash it into walls. So the reality is, of course, we built new cars. We had to, all the cars we had to build.
Because I just read that you rent one original GT40. So
that was at Remo's factory. Okay. When we because we could afford to rent them and sit there. We couldn't drive them. But so between takes, the owner kept putting ribbon around the car so no one in the crew would touch it. You remember? But because everyone was like, "That's a $30 million car." But no, when you see the room at Ferrari's garage where they have the racing room, as it were. Though there's more than one original car there. Yeah.
Grazie. Poi c'è una domanda da Claudio, giusto?
Comunque erano macchine costruite a grandezza naturale che camminavano sulla pista con i piloti veri.
Posso?
Vai.
Buongiorno, Claudio Fontanini, Cinespettacoli della Sera. Complimenti per il film. Volevo chiederle questo. Nel film si dice che la velocità e le vittorie non si comprano. Però se lei ritiene culturalmente un po' anche antisportivo quello che è successo in questa gara, con Ford che ha tentato, d'accordo, il gioco di squadra, ma insomma, di decidere anche un ordine d'arrivo, poi la gara è andata diversamente, però insomma c'è stato un tentativo di far arrivare tutte insieme le macchine e stabilire l'ordine d'arrivo, poi anche il furto dei cronometri, non so se sia stato vero o meno questi episodi, bulloni, insomma, volevo sapere il suo parere, grazie.
Sure. I mean, I'm not making a movie about angels, so I don't follow. I mean, but the reality is that what is quite known when you do research is that all the guys in the pit try to fuck with each other as much as possible. So the different teams would try to screw with each other's heads in any way they could, stealing things, throwing nuts and bolts back and forth, pretending they were happy when they were sad. They're all trying to psychologically, there's a war going on even in the pits. But the deeper question, beyond the stopwatch crime, which would clearly upset you, is which I would not worry about, but the effort to buy. I think what Shelby means when he says you can't buy victory is that in a race like Le Mans, speed in and of itself will not get you a victory. That it's a race of endurance, and in that case, you have to survive. Whatever car you put there has to not only be fast, but has to function for 24 hours. And in a way, I think it's what I learned making this film, which was that the 24-hour races are because of the length of time, because of the sense that it's a survival test more than anything else. The winner is kind of pure. You cannot buy a victory there. Because one way or another, if there is any flaw in the design, the intense effort to race it for 24 hours is going to reveal that flaw. So I'm not quite sure what you're asking. I mean, yes, Ford asked him to slow down, but Ford still won. And they did. I mean, most people agree the GT40 was kind of the best car on the track, and they won consistently for the next 3 years. So I'm not so sure. But I also feel, this happens all the time for me with journalists, if a character says something, that doesn't mean I think it's true. It's just a character saying something. You know, if Remo says something, another character might say something in pure disagreement. So you can cherry pick any line in the movie. That's how Matt's character feels, that's how Enzo feels, that's how Henry Ford feels, but that doesn't really represent my feelings. My feelings are actually that I try and present you with all sides, and I actually don't know what I think. I just want to present you with good arguments. I think too often movies try and give you an answer. I try and give you a question. I mean, I think that life is too complicated to reduce to, you know, a fortune cookie, if you know those, you know.
Abbiamo una domanda da Nicola.
Sì, nonostante le corse automobilistiche siano veramente spettacolari e piene di suspense, se andiamo a vedere non ci sono stati molti film che le hanno trattate, ci sono un po' di documentari e un vecchio film con Steve McQueen che all'epoca non ha avuto nemmeno grande successo, anzi credo che sia uno degli unici flop dei film del cinema di Steve McQueen. Perché secondo lei e per quale motivo, per quale necessità è partito per fare questo?
Thank you. I came from loving the story, and I saw the possibility for a deeply cinematic movie because you have action, you have kind of battle going on the track, and you have a movie where, in many ways, to people who don't know the story, the history, a surprising set of events. You know that I am sure most people watch the trailer or see the poster for this movie and they go, oh, it's a movie where Matt Damon and Christian Bale will be the underdogs and they will win. like Rocky, they will be, everyone will be, and it's not so simple, you know, and it's a more complicated story than that, and that attracted me. Why there's so few racing movies? That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I think it has to do with the fact that they haven't made a lot of money. There probably would be many of them that they made more money, you know. But for me, the automobile, there's a lot of movies about cars, about driving, whether they're crime films, noir films, action films, road pictures. The automobile is one of the great metaphors for life of the 20th century, and I think that, and very cinematic, you know. You can't do a car movie you can't do a car story on stage. The movie camera was built, in a sense, for the road picture of the car movie because it moves with the actors, it follows. So, in many ways, it's interesting to me. Also, it's very interesting to me that the car, for almost everyone, is a kind of mask, you know. We are one person when we're walking on the street, you know. Well, I'm sometimes on the highway in Los Angeles, and a car will be cutting in front of me, and I'll be like, who is this asshole? And then I drive up next to them later, and I see it's a little old lady, you know. And she would never do that if she was not inside this ball of steel, you know. So we are different people when we get behind the wheel. And I think that's an interesting aspect of the car as a kind of metaphor of life for all of us. I don't know why there aren't more made. I think the simple rule in Hollywood is there is always more of anything that makes money. So, and that was the trick in East
And good morning, welcome in Italy, Mr. Mangold. And Miles has been a soldier that fought in Second World War II. And is this beautiful movie a metaphor on how Americans can win an European war?
No.
Okay.
Because glad I solved that for you.
Yes.
It's actually a true story. So I just told the story that happened. Also, he doesn't win, so your argument kind of falls on its face on its own. So it's a metaphor for how America ties and loses in Europe, I guess would be the way to see it.
Because war is a topic with the dialogue between Harry Ford and...
Oh, certainly. But
so,
I just don't think I just don't think anything is ever that direct. That art has resonances, you know? It casts shadows. You can draw meanings out of it. But again, I think any filmmaker that tells you the meaning of their movie in one sentence, they are way more bright than me. I can't do it. I don't know, I can't tell you in one sentence what metaphor I was trying to make, but certainly not something specific like that. I think it's much more, for me, universal. I don't give a shit about trying to say something about the United States and Europe and war, and no.
Thank you.
And beside that, Miles is Welsh, no?
Yeah, he's a Brit, yeah, so we have to hire an Englishman to win our races.
Miles is Welsh in the movie. He's not American.
Oh, sorry.
Prego.
Sì, buongiorno, Paolo Gaudi, Genere Cinema. Senta, l'impatto estetico, l'impianto estetico, anzi, di Le Mans 66 è incredibile. Ci sono almeno, non lo so, 5 inquadrature, 6 inquadrature che mi faranno pensare almeno per un giorno intero. Gliene dico 2. Quella lì nell'hangar con il primo piano di Christian Bale e dietro le ombre delle automobili che scorrono, e poi la seconda quella sorta di totale che fa con il teleobiettivo al tramonto con Christian Bale e suo figlio. Ecco, quello che vorrei sapere è come è arrivato a questa estetica e quanto conta il lavoro che fa con il direttore della fotografia straordinario, geniale, Finon Papa Michael. Grazie.
Grazie. Phelan and I are very good friends. like brothers, almost like Shelby and Miles. We fight, we love, we've made movies. He made Walk the Line with me 15 years ago. We made 5 films together. And I think for both of us, it doesn't matter what film we're making. The goal is always to try to find the inner life of the characters, the humanity of the characters, the beauty. I see my job so simply. It helps me get through complicated movies to see my job very simply. I am trying to get the special effect to me that is hardest to get, which isn't the one you can buy from a special effect vendor, but it is photographing the human face and seeing thought, feeling thought, or feeling emotion that is, because I've noticed, I want to make movies, I try to make movies that people remember, right? That's our goal, all our work, right? So, when I think about the movies I remember, they're not the most expensive, necessarily. They're not the most spectacular, necessarily. But they are the ones that make me feel something. I always remember where I was when I saw that movie and felt this. And so that's what I'm after every day. And Faden is the greatest partner in that pursuit because he wants every shot to be beautiful, to be pretty, blah, blah, blah. But the real goal, he shares with me, he's also a director himself, is to get inside, to get that moment that only cinema can do, which is to photograph human thought. Not words, but thought. And you can't even do that on stage. No one can get close enough. I can't be close enough on stage to see what someone's thinking. And that kind of truth to me is the whole thing. So we'll kind of answer that question, but every effort at image making we make is trying to capture that kind of feeling. Thank you.
Not words, but tools, as Matt Damon says.
Yes.
Yes. C'è un'altra domanda? So many questions today.
No.
Hello.
Prego.
I am Giulia della Belle from Showcode Magazine. I wanted to ask you something a little more technical. How did you approach the editing process? Because it seems very complicated because you have to convey the action and the speed and so on. So how did you manage this very complicated subject?
Well, of course, that is a combination of editing, cinematography, stunts, all directing. All of it is combined in kind of what the results you're talking about. But I have a great editing team who I've worked with for years on all the movies I've made. Literally same editor since Walk the Line, and so that's almost 20 years now. And the simple answer to you is that we prepare. We prepare. We did tests. We try to, one of the big things, I'm not a big motorsports fan, and I don't love to watch racing on television. I think it's boring. And so one of my big challenges with the movie was how am I going to make something on screen exciting? And the only time I've ever seen it on screen, I find it very, very slow. And so it was to analyze what are they doing on television that is so boring. And I figured they're following the cars, but they're always, by following the cars, by panning with the cars, the cars don't appear to be moving, first of all. They're like just specks on a screen. But also, I don't know what's going on inside. The blue car is falling behind the red car. Okay, now the yellow car is ahead of the blue car. Who gives a shit? Why? Why is the yellow car falling behind? Why is the blue car ahead? And because I don't know, the driver is hidden in a helmet. What's going on with the engine is a secret. The goal for all the department.
In competizione tra Italia e America c'è questa figura. Nella competizione tra Italia e America c'è questa figura storica di Liglia Cocca che è un grande italo-americano che ha fatto delle cose incredibili proprio per le macchine. Ecco, ci racconta questo personaggio come l'avete costruito, che sembra il buono della Ford. the good guy in Ford.
I loved Aikoka's character in the film, and for me, one of the things I felt was why I cast John Bernthal was that when you learned about Aikoka, he was from a family of first-generation immigrants to the country in Pennsylvania, and he kind of made his way into Ford through effort. Most of the people working in Ford were kind of more Ivy League business students who had kind of found their natural way into this blue chip company. But Aikoka was like one of the only kind of ethnic or Italian kind of characters from the streets of, I believe, Allentown, Pennsylvania, and had come from an immigrant family, and was very waspy company for it. So I really was attracted to him. He seemed to me that he was, in a way, an outsider, even in Ford, trying to make it, and trying to figure out how he could make it. And ultimately, by the way, he ended up having to leave Ford to kind of have a voice that he really wanted.
Faccio una domanda, c'è anche un aspetto. Making a question?
You're making a question.
Yes.
Okay.
Anche per il signor Girone c'è un aspetto che è quello che mette in parallelo il corporate thinking con la personalità dell'individuo, quel cavallo indomabile in sostanza che può arrivare là dove un gruppo di persone, un gruppo di marketing non arriva, e mi domando quante volte lei abbia dovuto tirare fuori la personalità per imporre le sue idee nel suo settore, ovviamente.
I've had to fight for movies many times, but I would be lying if I said I could fight very hard for this one. Actually, the studio was very supportive of this film. I think they love the idea of me making this film. They love the idea of these actors in this film, and I think honestly that the success, if we were going to be honest, when you make a movie that makes them a lot of money, it's a lot easier to get them to make a movie. So Logan made them a lot of money, so it was a lot easier to get them to make a different kind of movie for me, a different kind of movie, which was just a large-scale film, an ambitious film, but aimed at adults, which in many ways was Logan as well. But because it worked, they were ready to go around it again. Only this time minus Marvel. So we'll see what happens. We don't have the advantage of a superhero persona. So.
Signor Girone? Sì. Un po' più
Quando hai la fortuna di entrare in un film come questo, cerchi di farlo al massimo delle tue possibilità, perché poi si può sbagliare anche, ma cerchi di essere preparato al massimo delle tue possibilità, perché è un'occasione. La nostra vita di attori si basa su queste occasioni, ed essere, quando le occasioni capitano, essere all'altezza della situazione. Ma è l'unica cosa che possiamo fare, non possiamo fare altro, noi non dobbiamo combattere
con un mostro.
E quindi io so che sono stato la prima scelta del regista e quindi sono molto contento.
Come è andato il processo di scrittura? Come è stato scritturato in sostanza, Mr. Girone?
He was my first choice, and he was cast because first I just saw tape, and he was of course in Italy and I was in Los Angeles, but I just saw tape of things he's done and thought he was magnificent, and I couldn't have been more happy with the results from Remo.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's the most important thing.
No, I was overjoyed, and but the truth is, the whole cast to me was one of the great prides of this film. From Remo to almost every other significant actor in the movie, any one of them can hold up their own movie or a television show and have. And that the generosity of spirit that the cast had, because I obviously spread very thin with so many actors, was a great joy. But the process for me of casting is one of trying to find people who connect with their character, who I think have something in common. I'm not interested in, honestly, I think one of the things we overrate in acting is what we call the stretch, not much of a stretch. The actor must be very different than the character for us to think they did a great job. I think that's bullshit. I think most of the great actors of Italian cinema, of French cinema, of American cinema, of Japanese cinema, most of the great actors stay in a zone, close to what they know they do best, and there doesn't have to be any shame for that. It's very fucking hard to bring truth to a camera lens. And I think this idea that you one day have to be, that you must have this gigantic range is a false idea of what film acting is, actually. I think that I try and find people who share a big piece of their own personality with the character they're playing. That's what I always look for.
Grazie. Se non ci sono domande chiudiamo con un'altra domanda, una curiosità, visto che parla di attori. A proposito del bambino, perché magari con l'esperienza maturata su Logan, anche qui non so se ha sentito lei particolarmente l'esigenza di dare un punto di vista che è quello del figlio, un ulteriore punto di vista che è quello del figlio di Ken Miles, e che nonostante il film sia su Matt Damon, su Christian Bale, sulla gara, chi ha figli sente molto bene quell'aspetto, quel punto di vista del bambino, è raccontato molto bene e dà quell'ulteriore spessore a livello di profondità dei personaggi e di intensità della storia.
Interesting question. I didn't think about it that way. I didn't think about it in relation to Logan. But I did think that one of the things I wanted to capture in the film was for Christian's character, that he had a very driven, almost maniacal or obsessive character on the track, but that there was a different character we need to see at home, that Ken Miles seemed to occupy both spaces, and I didn't want to only see one side of him, or I thought it would have been unfair in a way to his character. I also honestly felt that as I'm structuring the film with our writers, I'm very conscious, as you are now, that Ken is going to die at the end of the film, and that I want to understand what lives beyond. Meaning, for me, I'm not looking to make an ending happy or sad, but graceful, if that makes any sense. So that for me to have an ending that is kind of graceful means allowing the audience some kind of cushion to land on, not just, I don't want to invite people to a movie theater and just hit them in the head with a hammer. For me, that relationship between Ken and his son, it was very much about also setting up the idea that something goes on, nothing ends, things are passed down and move on.
Grazie mille. Grazie a tutti, grazie signor Mangold.